Good evening, everyone. I am Pruitt, and we are here for another episode of Starward Bound, and we're all getting a little lit tonight, so why don't you join us? We are back from a week hiatus. We finally got Greg back from Gen Con. Those selfish sons of bitches, they took him from us. But anyway, before we get around to cast and crew, let's get sponsors out of the way. We are sponsored by Tabletop Loot. Head on over to tabletoploot.com, use the code WebDM15, and you get 15% off on all dice, mugs, and t-shirts. Go ahead and support them. Everyone here tonight, we're rolling tabletop loot dice. That's just a fact. Also, WebDM has a Patreon, and we are closing in on 1,000 patrons. And as our goal, or a reward for reaching that goal, that will trigger our first WebDM shirt. We are talking about designs, and we are getting all that ready. And so if you're not a patron, why don't you come over, check us out, see what you get. You're going to get a Monday Q&A. If you do the $5 level, that's a podcast every week. That's 4 podcasts a month. Comes out to $1.25 per. It's about average price. On top of all the other content that you get, we also have an immortal level where you get closer access to me and Jim. We're not going to send you our clothes or anything, but we can talk. We can work something out. Anyway, so why don't we get around to cast and crew, see how everybody's doing tonight. And we're going to start with Greg. Greg, you still have that Gen Con smell. You figured you'd taken a shower by now, but
well, you would think, but as it was immediately, I learned that it's not Gen Con, it's Gen Con. And as I dove into the depths of what Indianapolis had to offer, I discovered several things. One, that there are a lot of beautiful people out there who like tabletop role-playing, many of which I was able to meet, take pictures with, and have fun with. 2, Indianapolis, I like the city. It's laid out very well. You can get around. And 3, if you're planning to visit, there's no more alcohol left, everyone, and you're welcome. I am back here to play Ellie Tossbottle, my halfling arcane trickster, who's known for the exact opposite of everything that I did at Indianapolis. So the apple does not fall far from the creative D&D Beyond tree. Let's just play, man. You know, I'm Ellery, whatever.
Yeah, let's get to it. But first, Kiana, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing great. I am reporting back from my parents' place because I went there to celebrate my 21st birthday. I'm 21, everyone. I'm a year older. Everything's great. But I am so excited to be back here and playing D&D with this amazing crew going off into fucking space. I don't even know what's going to happen. My guess is Fae bullshit. I'm ready for Fae bullshit if that's what the case is. But who knows? Stuff in space is super awesome, no matter what it is.
I agree. And moving on over to a little something that rhymes with Faye. Trey, huh? How you doing there, man?
Yo, what is going on? I'm so happy to finally be back. I felt like something was missing, like my right arm was missing, and then I figured it out. It was just Starward Bound was just missing out of my life, man. So I'm just happy to get this thing started. Big shout outs to Kiana for her reaching 21. Yes, you did it, and I'm so happy, Greg, you made it back alive. Thank you all for setting the perfect example because I'm taking off to Vegas tomorrow, so this will be my last rational conscious thought. With that being said, I am playing Dakul, a half-elf Kinsey monk that loves to smoke out, boy. Let me tell you, I'm sure we're going to be blazing again during this session. So, yeah.
And before we spark it up, let's move on down to Emma. Emma, how are you doing this evening, and who are you playing?
I'm good, Pruitt. I am getting a little bit drunk. I did the same thing yesterday, and this is the first time in my adult life where I've had a drink 2 days in a row. So there you go. It's pretty great. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. It was a long 2 weeks between games, and I have missed it dearly. I'm glad you all had wonderful times, or you're about to have a wonderful time in Vegas. Happy 21. And I am happy to be here playing Hildegard, captain of the Dawn Rose, who's saltier every day. That's what I've decided.
Well, let's see just how salty they are, because you're doing Captain's Log this week, are you not?
I am, just saying.
Get a top off.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
My son peed on me today. I'm allowed to have a drink.
Oh, hey, I'm with you. I'm the last person. I'm fully on board with this. No, let's do it.
Peed all over me, Greg. All right. Captain's log, Tohosphere, stardate 81018.3. I don't have much time, but so I can keep my focus, I need to meditate on the shit show of the day and its theme, betrayal. First, E404 spent like 6 hours communing with Ron Tomato's space ray. We're sitting on him, or whatever. Didn't talk about it much. They just said they had a conversation. It's fine. Ever since E started getting visions of their past, they've said less and less to me, as if their present somehow is less important than what happened so long ago. I guess they were talking to the Stingray about it. Huh? So, we ended up talking with the Grand Magus and Krill, that avuncular xenobiologist, who bonded so much with Dakul over Hellion, our hamster. Not his, our hamster. And then the subject turned to heart. We realized one of these students was probably the person who helped them teleport out of the ship, because they got a whole major here about teleportation. Ooh, college teleportation is great. We asked the Grand Magus which student might be, like the odd man out, the weird one. And who else did he implicate but my own college Bill? I didn't want it to be true, but in my heart, I knew it was betrayal before he even admitted it. College William was too eager to please. He didn't have enough going on in his little college life. He didn't have a college fling. He wasn't a normal college person. He had to resort to trying to get every old lady he found to help him masturbate with smoke and mirrors and a frothy beard. Cole's intimidation and Ellery's mage hand to the balls got the truth out. He did it, and Krill was the one who set it up. So, we came up with an elaborate ruse to try to apprehend Krill. It was confusing and perhaps unnecessary, but it revealed yet another betrayal. Ellery has a friend, a kind dwarven woman, and her name is Olga. And he wants her to be the cook on the Dawn Rose. It's one thing to fuck half the crew, but to seek matriarchal counsel from another dwarf, it's unconscionable. I like her. She fights well. We need a cook. Really, my heart can only take so much. E404 claims Krill's office was set on fire when they got there. Didn't have much chance to get the details because that Fae and their hound were honest again, like that. But this time, I managed to understand them. They think we took something of theirs, something they call an abomination. Given what the wizards told us about the Fae influence on the Dawn Rose, we're headed there right now. Even the ship can't come clean with its fucking secrets. It's just typical.
As always, there's a new wrinkle every time. I love it. So as the fight outside the Magate Acadium concludes there with the Grand Magus, Ellery has run, streaking towards the Dawn Rose. And we're going to fast forward to Ellery heading up the gangplank. I assume, are you headed towards the helm's room, or?
Yeah, does it look normal when he's coming up the gangplank?
When you're coming up the gangplank, the only thing you notice is that there is no one on deck.
Okay, yeah, that's not normal. Because normally, what's his name is out there drinking or drunk, or can I roll something here to see if I see like a splash of blood or?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception. Right. There you go.
That's an 18 plus 4 is 22.
You see like literally nothing. I mean, y'all been in dock for a couple days. I mean, everything's been battened down. Normally there's just people out on deck just watching, but you hear nothing, and you see nothing.
Okay, I want to go stealth if I can. Can I hide and creep into the depths of the ship?
Yeah, go for it.
That is a 16 plus 10 is a 26.
26. Okay, you slink down, heading downstairs. Which direction?
I'm going to head into. I'm heading towards the helm. The front of the ship, heading towards where the helm is, but I'm taking it real slow. I'm pulling out the mage hand, so Hans is with me.
Okay.
And I'm not bringing out Claude yet, but
Okay.
I'm queuing Claude up in case I need him.
Okay, you're making your way down the stairs, casting your spells, and you round the little corner there that heads up to your room is on the left, Nicole's is on the right, and there's a couple more, and then at the end of this narrow, small hallway is the helm's room, to which you see the door slightly ajar, and there's a light a shimmering light kind of peeking through the crack in the door. But other than that, you hear nothing. And
okay, I have a little mirror with me. Can I do this like total James Bond, getting ready to breach SEAL Team 6 style, and get against there and use the mirror to look into the room?
you most certainly can.
Okay.
You look into the room, and sitting in the helm's chair is a female form, slightly translucent, but definitely you see the form of a woman just sitting there, kind of hand on her chin, just kind of staring, and you're pretty sure you recognize her. It's hard to tell, like looking in a mirror, though, like just because of the nature of.
He keeps the mirror out, and he goes, "Hey,
And
how you doing?"
The head turns and looks. Ah, Ellery, why don't you please come in? And it's the unmistakable voice of Zofia Sill, the FTL ambassador, who set y'all on this entire escapade. She spoke before the race. She escorted you up to the rock, set you on your way, and her form is sitting in the chair. But like I said, it's slightly translucent. Motes of light just kind of playing off of her and falling to the ground before disappearing.
He's not moved. Zofia, wait, what are you doing?
Well, I received a communique from the Grand Magus, and I figured that I should speak to you.
Have you been able to do this? Like, this sitting there?
Well, I mean, did require slight assistance. Give me a perception check.
10.
Yeah, I mean, you just see her form standing there, but she kind of stands up and takes a few steps towards the door. Her hands kind of crossed in front of her. Please, Ellery, please come in. I must speak to you.
It's okay. I can hear you.
Before the others get in here.
Oh, I'm fine here, really. I'm guarding the hallway. He hands the mirror off to Hans and pulls his own hand behind the doorway. Yep, perfectly fine. It's kind of weird, Zofia. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
I understand that, but events are transpiring faster than I ever anticipated. I need to tell you about the Dawn Rose.
Again, can totally hear from right here. We're having a conversation. I'm picking up every word.
Yes. I helped construct the ship, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was not my wish to do so. But when one's patron comes to you with a request, you follow it. I don't know if you have anyone in your life like that, with that kind of power over you. But
let's pretend like I do.
I was handed entity to protect at all
Is it an
costs.
abomination?
To some, yes. What resides within this ship should have stayed asleep past your lifetime. I see that there's been much damage to the ship, and they have awoken. You spoke with them, yes?
What do you mean? He knows exactly what she means, but he's asking anyway. What do you mean?
Give me a deception.
13.
Well, you have spoken with something while helming the ship, yes? And she kind of has like a little bit of, she might be getting a little bit tired of this, and she just wants to tell you. But
If you're talking about my lover, yes.
Well, she might have. Looks can be deceiving, but
I've heard that before.
and it's about this time that the rest of the party all kind of made it to the gangplank, and she kind of like looks up and she's like, Elrie, there will be more Shadow Fae that come after you. Because they want what is in this ship. They want to destroy it. It normally should not exist. It is a creation of love. A creation of summer and of shadow. Something that should not exist. But it does exist, and it deserves a chance to live.
Oh, so a good fae and a bad fae got together and had a neutral fae, and you put it in the boat?
Well, yes, so to speak.
Elrie jams his dagger into the floorboards of the boat to see if there's any reaction from Sophia Sill.
She like kind of looks down. She's like, there's no reaction whatsoever.
Just checking.
You are on this ship, and you are caretakers of this ship.
What is captain? Yeah.
I meant the universal you. It's to you and your friends.
All right.
But I will leave its fate in your hands. Just know this. What I have done was outlawed over 1,000 years ago. Back when we harnessed elementals to fly amongst the stars, to travel on the ground. That kind of bondage and servitude was looked down upon, and we stopped the practice. But this was the only way. It entered this agreement knowing what would happen. That it would sleep for a time, but that it would be awoken eventually. But like I said, events have been transpiring faster than I could have imagined. So I leave it up to you, Elrie. And she, like, kind of flickers.
I have a question.
Well, no. She flickers, and she's now, like, by the door, like, right in front of you.
Oh,
She didn't really move. And she leans down and whispers in your ear a string of elvish words.
Is one of those words its name? I don't speak Elvish.
The words resonate in your mind, and they feel like almost tattooed. Once you hear them, they continue to ring and echo. You get one more question before the others arrive.
Can it leave the ship?
It is not advisable.
That's not an answer.
It is of summer and shadow So where shadow touches, its presence will be made known.
They already know it's here. I'm asking, can it leave the ship?
You'll be able to find out. She
She
kind of sadly smiles. They were tracking you, Elrie.
Me?
That's how I know you have spoken to it. Its presence lingers about you.
Okay.
But I
Can I,
leave it.
like, is there a way to get it off of me?
Well, yes. There are magics that can purify, that can cleanse. But this will only make your road harder. But... And she kind of like looks and gives you a little wry smile and is like, the ship will be able to do so much more, though.
That's good. Hey, Zofia,
Yes.
are you already dead?
No, Elrie. She like turns and you see now, like she points and there's a crystal kind of like sitting in the middle of the floor. No,
I got that, but I mean, like, are they coming for you now that they know?
they don't know. I've only told you. What you tell them, I'm prepared to receive judgment if you were to tell them, but I leave that in your hands. Just as I'm leaving you the Dawn Rose.
I can keep a secret. Doesn't hurt. I mean, who cares how it got there?
Well,
You're saying it can leave the boat. Good.
if you are to awaken it, it will remember, and it can tell you everything you need to know. But please, do it away from here. It might be, I don't know how it will react once it's awoken. There might be some disorientation.
Okay. Full disclosure, I understand none of what you just said, but you said it very softly, so I imagine that means there could be trouble. So, understood.
Yes. I think you understand more than you let on, Elrie.
Okay.
And with that, she kind of turns and looks back at the chair and looks back at you, Elrie, one more time. Good luck. And she begins to fade from view as you hear the footsteps of your friends coming down the stairs behind you. And then you are outside the room.
Hey guys. So, Zofia still hid something in the boat, and she was gonna say, like, you can tell him if you want to, and I said, oh, I'm not gonna do that, but of course I'm gonna tell you guys. Zofia still hid some type of creature inside the boat. It's a being of shadow and summer, and they're looking for it, and because it got like it stank on me, now they're following me, so there's that, which probably is why the shadow people are showing up. I can. The ship can do more. Yeah, that's it.
Hold on, wait. Did you say
That wasn't clear.
What? Where did she go then?
She popped out of that crystal, and he points to wherever it was, if it's still lit, and she was there, and she's kind of shimmery, and I'm assuming it's some type of projection.
And yeah, in the center of the floor, there's a small round disc, a stone. I mean, you all have seen sending stones before, but the center of this one has like it looks like maybe like a flat cut diamond. But yeah,
We had to place that perfectly. We had to take back one Catan for the... But Yeah, so we ran all the way back here, and she was waiting for us in the chair. She
It was
confided in me. Big mistake, but
She put contraband in our ship.
no, it. Well, you know, we keep seeing something when we get high. When we get high and jack into the. Is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah. We'll sit down the. Yeah, that's the thing we're seeing.
We're seeing the
It's not-
thing that she put there
Yeah.
that the Fae want back.
Or they want to kill it.
I believe they said they would destroy the abomination.
Well, if it's an abomination, why do we want it on our ship?
Well, because if the Shadow Fae, which are by the very definition of their names bad, they want to kill it. Chances are, she said, and Ellery looks terribly confused. She said it's a combination of Summer and Shadow. It's like half bad and half. It's like neutral. It broke some law. I get she hit it there. What she did wasn't right. Like people haven't done it in like 1,000 years. She could be in like deep shit. Yeah, she made a big mistake talking to me about this, but that's pretty much what she said.
Anybody can give me a history roll right now, as Elry's mentioning this.
Can Ellery?
No.
Hilda got a 20. She did surprisingly well.
They like from context clues, like you know that the binding of like elementals and other extraplanar beings to ships in order to make them work, basically how everything in Eberron runs, like that was outlawed here like well over 1,000 years ago, and that kind of sounds like what he's talking about. And if he's saying that there's something like bound to this ship, that's like really bad for a mage to do.
So Sophia still did something incredibly illegal because it's unethical and wrong to do to our ship, gave us the ship that has something half evil on it, and we're supposed to just be cool with it.
Yeah, I came to this one by myself while you were just saying that, Captain. Chances are that loser Ledbetter probably knows that. That's why he's been acting so weird. And like
Where's
he knows
Cole?
that the ship can do. The whole place is quiet. They could all be dead. I snuck in here.
Let's
Did
go
you guys-
find Cole, and then let's find Ledbetter. What do you think?
Why? What do we need, Cole?
He's drunk. I guarantee it.
That doesn't matter. He's extra scary when he's drunk.
Yeah, but he's like extra bad when he's drunk.
That's totally
mean-
fine.
So you, what are you looking for first?
Hilda's looking for Cole.
Okay, yeah. So you go to after the ship, you just go straight back in the mid deck, and everyone is sacked out. Like everyone's asleep, like in their bunks, outside their bunks. Even the shift that's supposed to be upstairs, they're all asleep.
All right. Hilda's had enough with this day. She's going to slap the first one who's closest to her.
Okay, yeah. You walk in the door, and I mean Cole's like right there, you know.
Okay.
Oh! What the? Where am I? What am I? And he like looks around very confused. Oh, Captain. Hi, Captain.
The fuck have you guys been doing on the ship?
Well, I was on duty. We got done with that boy, and then I got sleepy, and then you were slapping me. I can't.
A very likely story, Cole. It's fine. Find Ledbetter.
All
You
right.
take him to my quarters.
Isn't he probably like right across from your quarters?
Cole, don't toy with me today.
Apologies. And he backs away from and around Hilda, and goes upstairs. And after a minute or so, you hear him like, "Oi, I used to sleep in here. Can't watch it." And you hear him like banging on a door.
I guess everybody's with us. Like, am I the only one who's crazy? I think somebody needs to die for all this. Am I crazy?
I think that perhaps killing would be overkill, as one would put it.
Somebody loaded a joke in their subroutines.
That's a very astute pun.
If they had all suddenly fallen asleep, that is quite strange. Perhaps it was some form of enchantment.
I suppose it's very plausible.
Or they got severely intoxicated, which, with this crew, is not the most unlikely scenario.
You're quite righty. I suppose maybe no one needs to die. But there's been too much lying in this ship and on this crew. It's time we all stop doing that. Starting with Ledbetter. What do y'all think?
This is so much happening so fast. Daku's gonna look over it and walk over to Ellery. I know this is a big surprise to all of us, but how are you concerning the fact that this spirit we have run upon is not Celestra? I know you two had an attachment. Are you okay?
Listen, I don't know what's going on. I like Celestra, and then I saw her when she was the ship, and she acted different, and now she might be a being of summer and shit. This is a mystery. I have picked up some type of space VD as well from the ship. I need like a remove curse spell or like a young priest and an old priest. It's concerning because I didn't know it. There was no itching, no irritation. Really, it's sort of selfish concerns right now, Dakul.
Oh no, this is a traumatic experience. Everything that you are feeling, the confusion and doubt, it's all a part of the natural process. That is why I'm a little bit concerned. For it seems to me that whatever it is that is embodying this ship has the power to go into your head and use your thoughts as a way of speaking with you. I think that could be potentially dangerous.
I guess, but Zofia made it sound like it was still sort of asleep and that it was like starting to wake up, and I asked her if we could take it off the ship, and she, elf talk, long elf words, and she didn't say we couldn't, and I had to use my own judgment. Again, very poor decision on her part. I don't know. This is a day of mysteries. Mysteries laced in enigma, laced in VD, I guess. But
okay. Then Hilda, my captain, what shall we do first?
I think we should torture Ledbetter until he tells us what's going on.
That is certainly one way of getting information.
I believe if you could just ask. Most people are willing to speak when you just ask them.
That is a better way of handling the situation. Shall we get him?
Shouldn't we? The torture thing seemed like more up our alley. We always get in problems when we try to do things the right way. Okay, let's do it. It's a day of crazy. Let's try it.
I just want to keep in mind, once we go down this route of torturing, we can never return. Ledbetter's loyalty, if he by chance happens to be innocent, will most certainly be compromised.
Well, why isn't he here?
Because you told Cole to take him to your quarters and yours is still downstairs and you haven't told me that you moved.
Hey, I got a great idea.
it, guys. We haven't even gotten there yet.
Let's go talk to him.
I try not to impugn on player agency. I'm sorry.
Let's walk and talk. We're walking.
Okay, you make it upstairs into kind of the nav room, and it's about that time that Cull is kind of like bringing Ledbetter, and he's kind of wiping the sleep out of his eyes as y'all kind of meet there in kind of the entryway to the captain, first mate, navigator area.
There he is.
Ledbetter, my crew wants to talk to you. It's nice. Everybody wants to talk now. It's great.
Yep, that certainly seems that way. I assume y'all talked to Syl? Okay. Well, she didn't tell you everything?
Why don't you make this easier for all of us and just tell us everything you know?
I know she helped build this ship. I know it contains an entity. That's about all I know. I was sent to watch it. I still got a few years left. It's supposed to sleep for 50 years or so. Until it cools, searching for it cools off. That's about all I know.
Insight.
Okay.
Shit. Luck. Shit. Never mind. Damn it.
Seems like he's being very candid. I mean, you know.
Somebody
Anyone else
else
can
has-
inside. Anyone else can inside as well. If I mean, you are interrogating this person, so
Billy got a 15.
15. He seems like a guy who's like, finally, I can quit fucking like keeping up this front. Like he's kind of got a relieved tone to him as he's answering your questions. Is what
Why
you?
didn't you tell me this earlier, Ledbetter?
Because I was ordered not to.
I thought we had a relationship based on trust.
Well, yeah, I've done everything you've asked me to, except for that. Listen, you realize that Syl could be, like, locked away forever for what she did. That's all I know.
Give me a reason why she shouldn't.
Because she saved a life. Because she was ordered to by her summer queen. I mean, certainly you know those folk. She's a warlock. And when fucking Tatiana comes up to you and hands you something and says, hide this, you're gonna do it.
You don't have to hide it on a ship that's going to have a bunch of people and hamsters dying all over it.
Well, the idea was it stays on the move. It's hard to track. It's moving all over. It's out in space. They didn't suspect that, blow it up and then y'all hooked something to it. I mean, that probably didn't help. But, hook that life thing to it. That probably didn't help. But, you're the captain. And, I'm answering your questions.
I am the captain. You're right. Why'd you guys give us this thing that's just so important then? Think we're a bunch of idiot patsies? We're just going to traipse across all the spheres and do fun things and not even notice?
Well, last time I checked, y'all were some people that saved people in need. And that's the reason why you were giving us a chance to go up on the Dawn Rose in the first place. So I kind of saw it was kind of an honor of what they bestowed upon you because you were worth it. That's what I was told. If you don't see it that way, that's not my problem. But I've gone along with every order that you have given me, and I'm here at your service.
Captain, I have a question. May I address the Ledbetter?
Please do. Anybody can. Address the Ledbetter.
Ledbetter, we've never seen eye to eye, but I have one question for you.
Get some stilts. Yeah.
You're gonna wake up dead. You know that, right? It's coming. Death. I've killed a lot of people.
Toss bottle. You go ahead and bring it, son.
Ledbetter, you're never gonna see it coming, so don't worry about it. If you're looking for a fair fight, turn around, son. Anywho, my question, dickhead, is this. Why is everybody on this fucking ship asleep?
That's part of the crystal when it activates. She only wanted to talk to y'all. So, hence, I was told to put it in there, and then I'd have about a minute. So I ran back to my bunk so I could pass out with everyone else.
And you told everybody else to go to their bunks?
Well, couldn't have people just falling down the stairs and dying. I do care about this crew, Toss Bottle.
No further questions.
Is there anything else?
Yes, should we be concerned about whatever it is that is inside of the ship taking over the ship?
From what I understand, Dakul, it basically is the ship. It's just asleep right now. And we can use it as a spell jamming helm, but I'm pretty sure if y'all remember that little tussle that, I apologize, Toss Bottle, but where Celestra died in that tussle with Harkin, I'm pretty sure that was the ship that got us out of there after the explosion. I've never felt the ship take off like that. You normally can't, because it will just... We had people get hurt just from how fast it accelerated. Like, I've never felt that. And that was the first time I really got a clue as to what was here. I was told very scant details. I've told you pretty much everything I know.
You're supposed to tell me when you figured things out, Bloodbearer.
I did. We had that, remember that conversation, and you told like, what else? And I was like, oh, there's also, it can go underwater. Like, I did. I told you what I know. I wasn't supposed to tell you what it is. I'm sorry for that. I really am. But when a man serves two masters, he has to make some hard choices. And I was supposed to be the captain of this ship and not have to explain things like this. So I made
you resent it. The truth comes out.
I don't resent it because I don't want the responsibility of what this thing means. That's on your shoulders now. I'm here to help you carry the burden, and I will do it till the day I die, which apparently will be soon and unbeknownst to me. But
Yep.
Nobody is going to kill anyone. I just want to know, what are the rules of interacting with such a strange being? Like, I just want to make sure that not in the heat of battle, it decides to wake up and do something stupid.
all I
Talking
know,
from experience, I'd say use protection.
Okay. So it doesn't want anything other than to survive. And it is more or less the helm of the ship now.
well, I mean, it's still asleep, so
Do you have any idea on how to wake it up?
I would assume that's what Syl told y'all. Did she not?
It was not.
She didn't say, like, hey, this is how you wake it up if you want, or anything like that?
Ellie?
Dope. Didn't say a thing to me.
Well, then I can't help you. So,
All right. So we have a haunted ship, shadow creatures chasing us, lying zoologists, and a pirate to catch. In what particular order would any one of you like to tackle first?
Zoologist.
I
If
would like-
anything, he is possibly connected with Harkin or whatever the operation that Harkin is part of.
He's a peripheral fucking ear.
fucking here by proxy, huh?
Do we
Yes.
have any idea where he could be? Inia, do you think that he has left the Monterey? Rontime.
He might be on the Turtle. That's where he had Billiam do all of his work.
And E, you did recover a few articles from the office of Krill, correct?
Yes.
Just wanted to remind you of that.
Yeah. This is what I was able to recover from the fire that very suddenly started in his office. I hand them the probably somewhat singed papers.
Okay, yeah. I believe it was a small like journal, and then you grabbed the letter opener, right? The bone-handled letter opener. Okay. So that is some form of bone. It is cut into the shape of looks like some kind of large aquatic creature, something resembling a shark. It's like a hammerhead, but like vertical instead of horizontal, kind of. As far as like a fin on its face, a little bit that kind of makes the bottom of the handle, but the whole thing is basically made of bone or carved from bone. Looks like scrimshaw.
This may provide some clues. As well, the turtle is the only other creature in this sphere that has a place for ship landing. And I do not believe that he has teleportation magic that could take him anywhere else outside the sphere. So, a place where a ship would be able to land would be a logical conclusion, is it not?
How long would it take us to get to the turtle?
Well, let's see. And he goes back to the navigator table at the back of the room. Sorry, that wasn't meant for y'all. My bad. And looks at basically like the sphere map that y'all were given once you got here that kind of tells the general location of all the creatures. And Aspidoshan, the turtle, is not that far away. It's only a few days travel. I mean, you could be there in like 2 or 3 days.
I think that's our best course of action, because he could lead to Harkin, and we might be able to get all the fucking ears.
I have never seen a giant turtle. Let us go. Yes, let us definitely go.
Okay. So
I'm ready to leave. So it happens every time I go to college.
Yeah. Well, okay, so who's flying the ship?
Let's put old Xander in charge. The good ghostly death engine. He seems to do well with his eldritch etherealness.
Okay. So somebody slaps him awake and sends him down there. And as y'all are as y'all are preparing to disembark, the Grand Magus like comes down to the dock. Following along behind him, there's like a sphere, like a bubble, and inside of it, that Yeth Hound is just kind of like in it, like tumbling as it kind of like bounces on the ground, comes to a rest, and it continues to like rotate, and it's trying to keep its footing. and the Grand Magus, Silas Monbees. So, y'all are leaving then, I take it?
Yes, we are out to find the betrayer and the pirate.
Please, if you do find Krill, if you could bring him back for punishment,
Oh,
that would be most appreciated.
I think we have a very good idea on punishments.
Well, if you can bring him back alive, I would appreciate it. But I understand he has committed crimes. He should pay for them. But yes, Aspidoshan, yes, the turtle is your destination.
That is correct.
Well, travel well. Should be only a couple days. The tribes there are amenable to outsiders and trade. They live a much simpler life than here, but they are proud and fierce. So they will help you if you show that you are worthy of it, I should say.
Well,
And
then
with what?
I was going to say, then let us shove off unless anybody else has a question for the Grand Mages.
May the gods speed you as you begin backing away and turning about. And it's not long. You lift up out of the water, the reservoir here, off of Rontamay, and wheel about and begin heading towards Aspidocian. Like I said, it's going to be a couple of days. Is there anything that y'all would like to do in that time?
Yes, I would like to teach Ellie how to fetch and maybe how to attack.
Okay, so you wanna try to expand his. Okay, give me a. Go ahead and give me an animal handling roll.
10.
10. I mean, he kind of attacks pretty much everything you put in front of him. Maybe he's just feisty, being out like in space again. But yeah, he does attack everything, but also whenever you're telling him to not.
And what kind of attack? Not to cool on me. And what kind of attack is this? Is it like a puppy just like ripping around a little piece of fabric?
Yeah. Well, I mean, remember, he's now grown to about the size of like a large Cocker Spaniel. So he's got some size to him now.
Mhm.
And like his teeth, he's got pretty sharp teeth, but he is a saber-toothed giant space hamster. So he has a set of teeth that come down, his tusks come down a good 3 inches now. I mean, they're like small daggers. So when he starts really chewing on something, like, he's normally really good about not chewing things, but even when they were smaller, like all of Hilda's stuff, the bedposts, the legs, everything, they're all chewed to shit from Hamilton. And that was, when they were like half the size. So yeah, when he really starts getting after it, he tears up whatever you put in front of him, whether it's like a little stuffed thing or tied up, blanket or, whatever it is.
Okay.
He begins starting to tear through it. All right. Everyone else? Greg.
When things get a bit quiet on the Dawn Rose, Xander is going to go into Elry is going to go into the helm room with Xander there.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to tap his forehead. Hey, Xander.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, what's up, man?
I need you to get out of the chair.
You taking over? Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, my shift's not over for a couple hours, but...
No, you just hang loose, Xander. Just hang loose.
You don't want me to leave? Okay,
Nope.
Yeah, sure. And he kind of brushes the helmet aside, and it kind of unfurls, and he steps out of the chair.
Elry sits down, cross-legged into the chair, and plugs in.
Okay. The helmet it's kind of a 3-part little leafy thing, kind of wraps around your head, and you immediately feel like a pulse through your body, and you close your eyes and then open them again in your mind, and you are in space. You are the ship, and you are rocketing, feeling the cosmic winds in your sails.
Okay. Well, how about some Elvish? And he spouts out the words that are emblazoned in his mind.
Okay, the first syllable that starts to come out, you feel a burning at the base of your spine.
Ouch.
And you hear Elry from outside. You're sitting there like, oh, what? What the hell? And you begin muttering the words. And from basically where your feet would be, darkness begins to consume you from the feet up. And as you pulse through the words and speak them slowly, darkness envelops you. And then you find yourself, Elry, at the top of a cliff face, looking out over a bleak valley. There is nothing but shadow and misery here. A cold, empty wind blows, and you hear a noise to your right and look over, and you see a small, what is that? Is it a shadow? Is it what is it? It's some form of pixie. You've seen them before. Running injured, and it falls to the ground, and then standing over it, a very proud, slightly larger, looks like maybe like a summer pixie, with a very, very tiny spear, holding over it, looking like it's about to strike. And then you see something come over it in its eyes, and it like cocks its head and extends a hand and helps up the Shadow Fae. And they begin conversing, and you realize time is lapsing, and they leave and they come back, and they leave and they come back. It looks like maybe this is a patrol. And each time they're more comfortable with each other. The Summer Fae walking into the realm of shadow a little bit more each time. Until one morning, when the sun is dawning in the realm of summer. The Summer Fae lingers a bit too long as these two entities are bonding, as they are enjoying each other's company. And you see a ray of sunshine as, for the first and only time in the Shadowfell, dawn has risen. And a ray of light streaks down into the valley and touches the ground just for a second before the Summer Fae realizes and runs, and he runs back to his realm, realizing what he has done. And as your focus drifts down, you see at that spot where the sunlight touched, a small rose come up out of the black soil and begin to bloom. It's not long before the Shadow Fae runs over, looking worried, and they scoop up the soil and the rose itself, and they make their way back to the border. You see them arguing until finally the Summer Fae reluctantly takes in his hands this delicate flower and begins running back towards the heart of his realm. Looking back, he sees the Hounds of Shadow run down and consume his partner. And as you look up from this, light begins to brighten your vision around you. And you look before you, and you see a flickering shadow coming up to these delicate, tiny little legs, up to a green body, and little leafy hands kind of clutching at the wrists. You see these very, very slight, you would almost miss them if you didn't look hard enough, these little silver bracelets at the wrists, and they're kind of playing with them. And around the neck, there's another, a small silver like chain. And these large green eyes look at you without blinking, without tears. And a tuft of red, you're not sure if it's hair or petals, but they're looking at you wide-eyed and terrified.
Am I me or the ship?
You look around and you don't have a physical form here. You are not even in space. You are in a flat, bluish plane that, as you look down, it dissolves into nothingness, into absolute black, the lack of color and light. And you still see their shadow kind of moving as if some unseen light is moving off out of your vision. But you realize that it's not moving in any way that any light could possibly move to make a shadow pulse and jitter that way. And it's at this time you realize that you're speaking the last syllable of the phrase. And as it completes, you hear a clarion crack, and the bracelets at the wrists and at the neck of this creature break apart and then dissolve into motes of light that kind of flicker and light as they make their way towards a ground that you can't even see. And they look at their hands.
Ellie,
Hey, how you doing?
thank you. Ellie,
You're welcome. What's your name?
I am the Dawn Rose.
Do you like that name?
I don't know. It is all I have known.
Let me think about it for a second. Let me ask you a couple questions. How you feeling?
I was asleep. Is it safe to come out?
No. But we're here to protect you. So, don't worry.
Are they coming for me?
Don't worry about him. And Elry has not an ounce of fear in his entire body.
You will protect me, Ellery?
Absolutely.
Oh. Oh. Where are we?
Like right now, I'm not terribly sure, but like the Dawn Rose is in space.
In space.
And you see her like kind of blink her eyes. Excuse me. You see them blink their eyes. And then you see the stars reflected in those eyes as they are replaced.
Oh. Wow. I want to see it. Can we go see it?
What, space?
Yes.
Heck
Not
yeah.
from within here. Can I go see it?
Well, I'm gonna leave it up to you. But here's my opinion. We got to keep you hidden. And if you can stay with the Dawn Rose, the ship, and peek, kind of like you're peeking, do like a quick whoop, whoop, a peek every once in a while.
Oh, like this?
And you see the shadow at their feet, like come up as they duck down and just like disappear into the black. And then you see a little head like poke up out of nothing,
Like this?
Nailed it. Perfect.
and then they stand.
Where'd you go? There you are. Oh, fantastic. Okay, listen. Yes, we can see space. You can peek. Just as long as you do the peeking until I figure out what's going on. And by me figuring out what's going on, I'm going to convey all of this to the captain and my smarter friends. But I'm here right now, and I'm going to try to do as much as I can here. But apparently, I don't know. I did something before that whatever. That's none of your concern. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes.
I can't call you the Dawn Rose. Okay? So that's not my question. How about I call you Ellie? Would that be okay?
Yes, I like that.
That was my sister's name.
Huh.
She could hide real well too.
What
She
is
died,
a
but
sister?
it's somebody that you're where you come from, they come from too.
Ah, I I don't have a sister. Will you be my sister?
Yes. Well, I mean, yes. Sure, I'll go with that too. Sister, brother, yeah, like a sibling, which is just like a universal thing. It doesn't matter. Yes, I will be your sister. So, Ellie, I got a question for you.
Yes, Sister Elrie.
Yeah. Yep, I'm going with it. We're going towards a great big turtle. Do you know what that is?
A turtle.
And you see their eyes like kind of flicker into like sun, and then you see the slightest reflection of a turtle with the massive ocean.
Ah. Is that is where we going?
Yep. That's it.
And they flicker back to you.
Ah, I want to see.
Me too.
Can we see?
Yeah, how quickly can we get there, do you think?
Oh, as in, you want me to take us there?
Yeah, hell, I'll do whatever I need. I'll sit in the chair and we'll talk and let's just get weird. Let's just, you, Sister Ellie, me, Sister Ellery, we just we jam. We go as fast as this old bucket will fly.
We go as fast as it will fly. Okay.
Yeah.
And
pedal to the metal.
Ellery, I'm going to need you to make me, because you're sitting down, a Constitution save. Everyone else on the ship, I'm going to need a Dexterity save.
I'm using luck again. Last luck.
19 for Dakul.
And for Hilda.
That is a 9 minus 1 for Elry's Constitution, so it's an 8.
Okay.
And that's a 19 for E.
19, and Dakul, you got like a 19, right? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
E and Dakul, like E, you happen to just kind of be like in a doorway when this happens, so you just kind of like clunk. You just put your hand up, Dakul, maybe you were with Hellion, so maybe you were sitting next to your bed or whatever, and you just immediately like kind of brace yourself. Hilda, you go tumbling out of your bed, and you're gonna take 3 damage as you, from a dead sleep, just basically get flung out of your bed. And you also hear, everyone now hears the sounds of bodies being thrown about the ship. Elry, you immediately black out. You think you feel a trickle of blood coming out of your nose as you are slammed back into the seat, and all the blood kind of rushes to the back of your body and your head, and you kind of blank out. And then almost immediately, it's probably what saves you, the fact that, Elry, you kind of blank out. You kind of, your focus comes back as Ellie is like over you, like, Elry, and her little trembling, like, leafy fingers are kind of like slightly pawing at your cheek, like,
Elry, are you? Elry?
Hey. I'm okay.
What?
That was fast.
What happened?
Perfect speed.
Did I hurt you?
No. That's perfect. Now listen, in a couple seconds, I'm going to get ripped off this chair by somebody. If you could keep going as fast as you need to towards that turtle, I'll be back as soon as I explain what I've just done. All me, 100% my decision. Don't you worry about it. If you hear raised voices, that's just the captain discussing things with me, or Dakul, or E404. If it's Ledbetter, I'm gonna kill him. So just look away. If that's it, just go back to the stars, or look at the turtle, or look at the rabbits, or whatever it is. But just don't worry about that part. But yeah, just keep going.
And it's about that time, Elry, you feel a jerk, and
I'll be right back.
Hilda, you have Elry, by the collar.
Hey, Captain, listen.
Again? Again.
Yes, I can explain. We're going faster.
Uh-huh.
Feel it? Super
Yup.
fast. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, in the background, y'all can hear the moans of sailors with probably broken limbs. People just like, oh, my fucking head. Shit. What happened? You know, they're all like, nobody knows what happened. So anyway.
Ellery, that's why you should only fly the ship when it's an emergency. You know?
Well, but
Not good.
we're going. This is super duper speed towards the turtle.
Yeah, no shit.
I figure we're gonna get there fast, and we can maybe catch the zoologist and the fucking ears with their pants down.
So you're saying you're doing this? You're not.
No,
Oh,
Ellie's doing this.
What?
Hold on, I skipped the part. Okay, before when we were talking, and I said I didn't know how to wake up the thing. It was sort of a lie. No, it was a lie. I'm gonna be true. It was I lied. I knew exactly how to wake it up, but I wanted to make sure that if it was dangerous, I went ahead and did it because I have no defense, but I did it, and I woke up Ellie, and she's super nice, and I'm her sister, and we got this. We got a hand. Can I sit back on the thing and put the leaf crown on?
Okay, you're her sister. You lied to me again. I knew you
I'm
would.
telling you now. So it was it's like a placeholder lie.
All lies are placeholder lies, Ellery, because I'll always know.
Right,
Always
so you
know.
should expect it.
I was hoping for better, Ellery.
Listen, you can't shame me. You know this. This is a dance that we do, Captain. I lie, you try to shame me, it doesn't work. I lie, you try to shame me. I love you, and this is me protecting you guys. Not
I
really.
love
I'm
you too, Ellery.
with the information.
Don't you see my shame as love? Don't you see it?
I do. And Captain, now that we've got this time together and you ripped me off the chair, I think that you're a little upset about Olga, and I don't want you to think that I'm replacing you with an awesome dwarf chef. Just because she's bringing Flavor Town here to the ship doesn't mean anything. It's awesome for food and morale, but you're always going to be my Flavor Town.
Thank you, Ellery. Her meat was a little greasy today, but otherwise, I really like her too. And she can fight, and she's cool, and she has a nice beard, and I really like her. But I want you to know, Ellery, you can always come to me if you ever decide that you want to stop lying. You can.
I know, but usually we'll have to have a discussion, and those take
I can't hear you.
time.
It's crazy shit.
What?
Oh,
What?
my internet is going out. Oh shit.
Are you back, Captain?
I'm back. I'm back.
Yay! Captain, what I was telling you is this. It's that if I'm honest with you all the time, then we're going to have discussions, and those take so long, and I don't like those, and you don't really want them either. You can pretend like you do, but you don't. You just want me to go ahead and do it and get it done quick. And here we are, and we're rocketing towards the turtle, and we're going to get the jump on these fucking ears, and it's all worked out. I mean, you're probably gonna have to like do some healing spells and stuff because I think I probably broke like half the crew. But who cares? They're fine. That's what the crew's there for. They're bumps and bruises. Rough seas ahead, me hearties. But can I sit in the chair, put the thing back? Because Ellie is in there.
You can, but I need something from you, Ellery.
I don't feel that way about you, Captain. But okay, what?
I'm not. For the last time, Ellery, I'm not trying to do that. Not. But
okay.
Not. We've talked about this before. But you're the one who told me, Ellie, she might be half bad. I need you to figure it out. I need you to introduce her to me. Let her know how I feel about people who aren't honest with me.
Right.
And we'll have a talk.
Okay, but I'm going to leave you with this before I put the crown on, Captain. You say, I said that Ellie might be half bad, but do you really look at me? What percentage of bad am I?
Like at least 85, Ellery. At least.
Right. So this is really not an indication of whether or not we can trust or have Ellie as part of our crew.
Well, I thought that was true, Ellery, before you started lying to me so much.
I've never stopped lying. Really, it's all these things of I thought that you liked it, like it was just a way for you to like circumnavigate your own conscience. It's just like I'm not sure if I want to do this. I'm just gonna not gonna watch Ellery. I thought this was like our thing.
It's rubbing off on E. It's rubbing off on DeCool. It's gonna rub off on Ellie.
I'm gonna let you know. I mean, Captain, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I learned half of this shit from DeCool. So I mean, it's not like I have to put my foot down there. I mean, it's not like this guy's. I mean, right now he could be doing some shit at another part of this boat that's gonna blow us up. We don't know. This is just how we live on the knife's edge here. So, but it's working. I gotta talk to Ellie.
Okay, but afterwards, you talk to me. We're gonna have tea. We're gonna sit. There's gonna be sandwiches that I made and not Olga.
Oh, all of that. I'll do it, but none of it I would agree to.
We'll have blueberry sauce too. It'll be fine.
Okay, well, if that's like code, then we're getting somewhere. If it's not, I'm still waving. Okay.
Fine. Go do your shit.
We
don't
put the
trust
helmet.
And what's y'all's passive perception?
That's a 14.
13.
Yeah, just Ellery and Hilda.
14.
Okay, yeah. So, or you turn around to put your helmet back, and you look forward, and in the helms room, in the corner, is just like kind of this mosaic of flowers, and you see where it just looked like wood carved, like very elaborate. Like you see Ellie's face pushing two of the roses side to side, like kind of peeking through.
What is a sandwich?
Do you see it? Do you see her? I told you to peek, not peek and speak. But Captain, can you see? Look at the mural. It's not a trick. Look at the mural. Can you see her? Captain?
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
Captain, can you see her? Right?
Can I see her?
Yeah,
No,
don't.
like she's peeking between two of the roses, the flowers that are up on the front, in front of the helm chair. Where you're like I said, you're pretty sure that they were like wood carvings, but she's like pushed two of them, and her face is kind of poking out between two, and she just asked you,
What is a sandwich?
Well,
Honestly, you better ask Olga, but I mean, the captain here could answer it, but
I could. I actually have a very detailed answer for what a sandwich is, but it's only something funny to me and Pruitt, so I'm not going to answer.
that's why I lobbed that question up.
God damn it, Britt. A sandwich, this is for Jim Davis, is any sort of thing that has a carbohydrate barrier. It doesn't have to have two pieces of bread. I'm a little too drunk for this. We're going to move on. But yes, well, a sandwich it's something that you eat, and it's very good. It can have one slice of bread or two. It can have one or two.
Oh.
Yes. Are you Ellie?
And she kind of looks like scared at Ellery and like,
Yes, I am Sister Ellie.
It's nice to meet you, Sister Ellie. I am Hildegard Hilgard.
Yes, you're the captain.
I am the captain. That makes us... We have a special relationship, I think. Because...
and she kind of actually like blinks the first time you've seen it.
We spoke. before. I was sleepy.
You were very sleepy. It's true. You were. So, but I remember, from what I understand, you are here. And you're here for good. And I'm here for good.
Yes?
And it's our job to be here together.
Yes? Do you want me to make the ship go fast?
I don't want you to make it go too fast because are you aware there are a lot of people on this ship? Can you feel them or see them?
And you see her eyes kind of go almost like a 1,000-yard stare. They lose focus.
Ah, yes, there are 28. Yes, 28 of them.
Yes.
Are those people?
They are people, just like me and your sister Ellie. And there's also E404, which is a person, but a very special kind of person, kind of like you. Like you're a special kind of person. E404 is an extra special kind of person. And then there's Dakul as well. I can't remember if I mentioned him. I did just wake up. I'm very puzzled. But yes, we're all people here. It is my job to tell the people how to work the ship and make it safe and do what we want to do. And do the things that they need to help you on the ship and off the ship.
I can go off the ship?
I don't know if you can go off the ship. We might be able to figure out whether you can or not at some point. But my point is the people on the ship, they can only go so fast. And
so you want me to stop them?
I don't want you to stop. No. Mostly, no, definitely not stop.
Okay.
But when you go faster and when you go slower, and when you stop and start, I want you to take your time. Because when you do it really quickly, everybody falls out of bed, they hurt their bad hip, they break an arm, they do things that make them feel bad.
Oh, I don't want to make anyone feel bad.
Well, that's wonderful.
That's 100% me. 100% me. That was my judgment call over here.
Did I hurt someone, Ellery?
No. Nope. Oh, Pruitt, I want to ask a question real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
When Ellie gave the crew compliment, was E404 included in the crew compliment total?
You think yes.
Ellery has
the number she gave. Yeah. You're pretty sure that's correct.
Ellery has a huge smile on his face at the realization that E404 is exactly the person that he believed they were all this time, and knows that if it ever comes up again in some type of court of law, Ellery Tossbottle Esquire has some like an airtight motherfucking defense. So, no, it's okay, Ellie. Perfectly fine. We're learning how to do all this stuff together. No worries. As for going off the ship, got to stay on the ship for at least a bit until we figure out how we can get you to peek and hide being off the ship. Got it? Because they're going to be able to... We don't want anybody to be able to see or take away your shadow. Just like me, I like to hide at them. If there's bright light, we can't see. Doesn't work. So we'll hide on the boat for now. But yeah, if we just gun it, keep it, fast as we can. We're already going fast. Might as well just, just keep that. Ellie, keep. Do we have to even plug into this thing anymore?
I mean, I'm flying the ship right now. If you want, you don't have to.
Oh, shit. We don't even need to do this anymore, Captain. We don't have to have anybody say, Ellie, can you be anywhere? He runs out into the hallway. Ellie, can you hear me?
Yes. Do you want me to come with you?
Yeah.
And she steps out around the helm, and Hilda, you notice here, because there are lights kind of in these rooms, their shadow is not formed to their form, dependent on the light. Like it moves and writhes, separate, independent from any light source. And so Ellie, kind of hands kind of ringing, like steps up to the edge of the door and like looks out in the hallway. And now that she's like out here and everything, like Elrie, she's like 18 inches tall. Like she's this like tiny little thing that, you know, even you dwarf them, right? And so,
Hey, come here.
Okay.
I always do this with E404. Climb on my shoulders. No one's ever done it to me before. Can you
Okay.
go ahead,
And-
grab hold of it. Just watch the top knot.
and and they like run and scamper up. Hilda, you actually see this. Their legs like almost extend in like the shadow, like where the feet meet the ground. It's not really feet, and it just kind of elongates and lifts them up and kind of grabs onto Elrie's shoulders, and then the shadow rises and moves up to meet them. And they're now kind of like they have their legs kind of draped about Elrie, and Elrie, you kind of feel just like a very slight cold chill kind of run down your chest where their legs are kind of dangling, and you feel it kind of wrap around your torso a little bit, and but then it you can almost feel like your body's kind of just slightly gripped, and Ellie's like secure on your shoulders. Her little hands are like kind of tapping on top of your head.
Where are we going, Elrie?
I'm gonna introduce you to everybody, but first, a couple rules. One, we're always hiding and peeking, unless it's not one of the 28 on the boat. And honestly, right now, let's just limit you to E404, DeCool, the captain, myself, of course. Stay away from that idiot, whatever his name is, Ledbetter. And everybody else, we're just going to try to like limit. So if you want to hide, if you can do that, just peek away when you're on me. But okay, that's rule number one. We want to just kind of keep it down, hold it down low a bit. Secondly, if you see me or DeCool, and sometimes the captain, do anything that looks like we're ingesting a fluid or a smoke, you look away. You hide and never do that.
Will it hurt
It's
you?
a curse. Well, no, but that's rule number 2, to be explained later. We've got fun to have right now. And he's talking and walking as he's doing this, and he yells back, Captain, I'm going to show her DeCool. And he's just gone looking for DeCool.
Okay, well, I mean, DeCool was in his quarters, so he's like literally like right next to where you are.
DeCool, look!
DeCool comes out of his quarters. Of course, he is naturally already smoking. And he looks at the joint and looks at Ellery and the weird thing that is on his shoulder. And for the first time in a long time, he drops the joint.
Elry catches it as it falls. Can I do that?
Yeah, give me a dex save.
Natural 20.
Ellery, you not only catch it, you like literally like catch it like holding it ready to go.
Hey, thanks, man. But this, don't look. Where are you? This, don't. That's not. Don't ever do that. Here, take it back. Hold it.
Ellery, are you having a joke with me and rubbed that blueberry stuff in one of my cigarettes? Because it appears you have a growth coming out of your shoulder.
Nope, it's Ellie.
You are DeCool?
Yes. And who am I talking to?
Elrie calls me Ellie.
Ellie.
I'm the ship.
You're the ship. Wait a minute. What? Ellery, what have you done?
Nothing. Well,
He woke me. He called my name and he woke me.
What? Hey, wait a sec. You have to explain something to me. And give me my joint back.
I did. Oh, it's still in my hand. I'm sorry. Here, take it. Just make sure you take it.
I am. So, okay. The thing on the ship is the thing on your shoulder.
Wait a minute. First off, they are right here. They are the ship, and their name is Ellie, and that's it. I caught you up.
Okay.
Hey, we don't have to sit in the chair anymore.
That is good. Does Hilda know about this?
I mean, she's like standing.
I think
right
so.
over there.
Oh. Okay.
We've had a discussion. I don't know now, but
So that explains why the ship was moving crazy. Are we still
You got
going
fat.
to the turtle?
Did I hurt you?
Oh no. It'll take a lot more to pull one over on Odaku. Why don't you just adorable? Look at you, Ero. You have a new friend.
And her eyes like get huge as from behind the cool
now
Hellion, like
it's a monster.
Yes, this is my most precious. This is Hellion. Hellion. Meet Ellie? Ellie, okay. He is adorable. You and Ellie must catch up.
and
No,
like,
don't touch it.
like
Listen.
extend a hand out and
No.
Yep. And Hellion, he sees like leafy greens and he takes a snip. He like nips at Ellie's hand
Oh,
and takes a tiny little bite. And
I told you.
Nicole, you see in Ellie's eyes, they turn from green to like a deep amber, and you start to see
Ellie?
like a shadow come out from her shadow reaching towards Hellion. What are you doing right now?
no. The first thing Daku is going to do, he's going to grab Hellion and protect him, and also halfway explain to Ellie is that he does not understand exactly what it is that it is going on. He is quite fond of plants, and sometimes he nibbles. He means no harm.
He's a goddamn animal, Ellie. But
Listen to him.
terrible thing. But listen, I just keep our fingers and toes away from this saber-toothed freak, and we'll be fine. Are you okay? It's all calm now.
Yes.
Daku is also going to give Elreed like the stare, like, did you just see what happened kind of stare.
And as you say that, like you can kind of see the color kind of return to a more like a pure like jade green, like a deep green. And Ellie kind of like is holding her hand to her mouth and just
It's can we go see more of the ship?
Are
Away?
you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Hilda's gonna
Ellie,
try
I-
doing.
What?
Can she do a healing word on Ellie? See if it does anything.
do you do a healing word?
Yeah, she does a little healing word.
Okay.
Flips it out. Hold
Okay.
her hand.
You see a soft radiant glow kind of wrap itself around the nipped hand, and and they kind of like move their fingers.
All better.
Thank you. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain.
You're welcome, Ellie. You
And
can
she
call me
kinda-
Hilda.
And they kind of like slap Elry's head, like gives you like a let's see the ship.
Oh, okay.
Turns
That's what it
and
feels
looks
like when I do
at
404.
at Hellion and like narrows their eyes at Hellion, and then looks away.
Yeah, we could easily find that thing dead tomorrow. But hey, listen, it's a learning experience that we're all kind of being a part of here. Let's go find E404. And he runs off in search of E404.
Okay.
What says he ran off is, and that just leaves me and Hilda kind of just looking at each other, right? We're
Mhm.
like still there.
Yeah, Elry runs off upstairs, and you're standing there.
Yeah, Hilda. Was it just me, or did the little plant thing change after that nip?
Oh yeah, it has something evil lurking in its soul that will have to be dealt.
Evil? Hold up. Nothing that adorable could have something evil lurking inside of it.
Well, cool. We all do, don't we?
Shit. And that's when Cool is going to take Hellion and put him back in his quarters and close the door, just, kind of like a concerned father.
Okay, so you do that, and now we'll rejoin Elry. You get to the top of the stairs up on the main deck, and E44 is kind of like standing out on deck. Maybe you're like helping up some sailors that got tossed or whatever. Or
Yeah, I'm actually doing that. You kind of the little bit too roughly, like bring someone up and then kind of just like a little bit too roughly pat them down to make sure they're fine.
Okay, and Elry comes up and has something on his shoulders.
Well, actually, what Elry will do is from the top of the stairs, like still in like the doorway leading to the top deck, he'll E44.
Elry, if you are trying to be subtle or quiet, you are neither of those things right now.
You nailed it. Best friend, come here. Meet me down in my room. And he runs back to his room.
Okay.
Yeah, he will trundle off.
This is the Dawson's Creek episode. Running from room to room. Anyway, okay, yeah. So E44, you meet Elry in his room, which I'm sure just has clothes scattered about.
It's relatively clean. Elry will turn around with, I'm assuming Ellie is still on his shoulders. E44, look! This is Ellie. She's the ship. Ellie, this is E404. Also E404, if you're ever wondering, Ellie thinks you're just like everybody else on the ship. You were worried before about being not unique or being one of many. Well, you are, and you're one of many with me and with the Cool and with Hilda. So, told ya, we're all the same. This is Ellie, by the way.
Look at this tiny, tiny little thing. Oh my goodness. Hello, Ellie.
Hello, E404.
That is my name. Correct. You are...
You get hot.
I have been told I do that.
Ah, yes. I have felt you before. When you get hot, it is warm.
Yes, the temperature does increase by several degrees. How do you help?
Brace for it, E.
I am the ship.
There it is.
I have felt you. I was asleep and Elry woke me. So, it is confusing. I remember things that I thought I dreamed, but now I see you, and you get hot and you burn, but you don't burn me.
And at that, like E, you remember maybe other people might have noticed, or Elry, you have noticed, like when you were on the Dawn Rose, like you don't burn the deck like you do on the normal ships that you've been on. Like you have noticed that.
At this point, had probably sat down, so to be more at level.
And with that, like Ellie kind of like slinks off of Elry's shoulders and walks over on the bed to you, and kind of like extends up and actually like gets a little bit taller They get up to about 2 feet tall, to kind of look you in the eyes. She like pushes on your arm.
You're different.
Indeed, most of the people on here are biological creatures. I am not.
Am I a biological creature?
Who cares?
I am not sure, as you are both the ship and this form.
Yes. Yes. Well, I am me. The ship is me, but not. The ship is my home. It is my home, my container, my home.
Well, that is possibly just another form. A container could be another word. This, and he kind of like knocks on the arm, is a container for all of my inner parts.
And then they kind of like, dunk, 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 like knock on your other arm.
What can we see next? What?
I'm muted. Hold on. Okay, Ellie. Here's what we got to do.
Yes.
Are we still going bat out of hell, top speed towards the turtle?
And this time, like, her eyes like flicker really quick and then come back.
Yes.
Fantastic. Let's see. We want to kind of give everybody a chance to get ready, because we don't want a repeat of what we had with the hamster, with a surprise and taking things the wrong way, because the hamster does that a lot. Let's do this. Oh, I know the perfect place. Ellie, come on. And
she's
E44,
like,
come on.
And she's like, and they're like up on your shoulders, like that.
And Ellery climbs up on E404's shoulders, so they're like Master Blaster style.
Goddamn E-stack.
Right. E. Take us to the bottom of the boat. No one goes there anymore, except for Colin. If he's there, he's dead drunk.
And he kind of definitely perks up at that as they just kind of trundle off.
Ellery, you said I should hide right now from everyone?
Yeah, here, jump inside my billowist shirt.
And you just feel a sensation of like sinking as they kind of just sink down into the kind of shadows around your neck. And you just kind of feel that ever-present cold lingering still.
It's great. He yells back, "We're going to the bottom of the ship!" to back towards Dakul and the captain.
Okay. So you go up on deck, and sure enough, there's still a couple people squaring gear away and stuff, and the like. And you kind of hop over the railing and dunk, 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 dunk down to the bottom of the ship. And there's no one down here.
Look,
I
Ellie,
believe
look.
It is safe.
And like now you like look in the distance, you can actually see the turtle. Like, y'all were supposed to be like 3 days away, and you can already see it in the distance. But all around you, you just see the majesty of space. In the distance behind you, you can see Rantame. As y'all kind of had to swing around away from its head and then kind of go the direction it was already headed. But y'all have only been gone for like 6 hours or so before Ellery set all of this in motion. and I mean, it should still be like large in your field of vision, and it is quickly receding behind you. And now you actually kind of look, and you can actually see the stars like moving a little bit as you are traveling at a tremendous clip right now. But on top of your head, like, you can just kind of feel your hair being pulled as Ellie is like, oh, and she's like looking at like maybe this nebula over here and this star over here.
That Ellery, do you see that one is exploding?
And she's like pointing off in the distance, and you just see stars.
I don't think I can see that far. But I'll take your word for it. Tell me what it looks like.
It is like blooming. It is blooming light. It is spreading. It is spreading further. It is beautiful.
Absolutely.
And she's just marveling at everything, like looking around.
Now, you know what the best thing about this is, Ellie?
Yes? What?
You can come down here. You can look around. You can see the whole universe as we travel through it. I spend most of my time down here. Well, you can't be down here when DeCool and I are down here, but any other time you can be down here. And we can hang out and look at everything. But even though you can see the whole universe and blooming stars and all that, you know what the most interesting thing is in the entire universe?
What, Sister Ellery?
And Ellery jumps down and turns around so the little person on the back can look up at E404. Your friends.
What?
They're the only ones you got, and they're the only ones in the whole universe. You can see light and stuff all over the place, and stars and planets, and I'm sure there's probably even another flying turtle out there somewhere. But like E404, one of a kind. The cool, one of a kind. The captain, one of a kind. The hamster, not one of a kind. Do you see my pattern?
So the
Nope.
hamster is not a friend.
I would really like to pursue this, but I'm going to say this. No, the hamster is DeCool's friend.
And you are the cool's friend.
I'm DeCool's friend.
So the hamster is your friend.
friend of a yes. Yes. I don't want it to end up dead, so yes. So
Doing on that a little bit, looking at her hand.
Maybe I meet hamster again.
well, wait. I have to be around. Got it? That's the rule. We're making rules, right?
Always with Sister Ellery, yes.
Right. E404, any questions for Ellie?
Friend E.
Yes, Ellie.
You are my friend.
If you would like to be my friend, I would be happy to be yours.
Yes.
And at that, like, you see them like kind of stand up on Elry's shoulders, and Elry, you see their legs like extend in shadow out, and they like reach out for E and kind of wrap around E's neck, and then the shadow kind of like catches up to them, and they give you a big hug.
Friend E.
He doesn't know what to do. He's scared of hurting this tiny fey child. But just very gently hugs back. As gently as they can.
And they're just like squeezing your neck, and then just kind of like let go and slide down your body, and then they kind of run to the front of the ship and like look around, and then they like run over here. And it's very quick for like such a small, and it's back down to about 18 inches. It kind of like scampers over here and is like looking. It's like, ooh, ah. And it's just like, it's the first time of looking on this with their own eyes, so to speak. And
Elry.
so they're just doing that right now while you are standing around.
Yeah?
We are supposed to keep this thing safe. If this is the same thing that was kept in the ship, right?
Yeah, but now we know where it is. Where they are.
Right. We should protect it, right?
Hell yeah. Right? We got to teach it though, E. We got to teach the ship if it's the Dawn Rose, but it's not. It's a they because it's summer and shadow. So we got to teach them all the things that I've been teaching. Well, no.
I would
All the-
not put you as a top role model. No.
Elry smiles. You're learning, E404. I feel a little choked up. You're getting it. Damn it, you're getting it. You're getting it. We need to teach them. We gotta keep them safe. And I think the number one, we gotta make rules. E404's rules, because you're the best at that. The captain's just gonna be like, don't talk to Elry, don't listen to Elry, so the captain can't make the rules. The cool's gonna be like, don't hurt my hamster, don't kill my hamster. I don't want those rules on the list. So E404, you're gonna make the rules for Ellie. And I think the number one rule, if I may be so bold, is never, ever, 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 ever get off the ship unless it's with one of us. Does that make sense?
That would be logical considering the amount of creatures presumably going after it.
Right. And then the rest of the rules you can come up with. Are you ready for that, E404? Can you come up with the rules?
I can certainly try.
You're the only one that can do it, E404. The rest of us are so fucked up. I mean, the rest of us are so poor at management. It's a wonder that we're still alive. We desperately need you to make these rules because, I mean, let's face it. There's no way I can do it. I'm pretty sure Takul's worse than I am. I don't know how that hamster's still alive. And Hilda, she's in a different place because of the chef. That's on me too. So it's all up to you, E404.
Well, I will have to generate these rules over time, but if Ellie agrees, then I am happy to do it.
I agree. You'll be the best one yet, best buddy. Hey, Ellie, come here.
Yeah, you'll look around and you don't see Ellie.
God damn it.
Because y'all been sitting here just kind of talking as they're like moving back and forth excitedly. And
Elry leans down and says directly into the boards of the boat, Ellie, come over here real quick.
you're sitting there talking to the hull of a ship.
God damn it, Pruitt.
Ellie. Psst. Yeah, we lost her. Shit, like one of the rules is maybe keep an eye on her. Maybe that should be like 2. Like someone's always watching. Because I was talking with you and you were looking at me because I could see you looking at me and I'm low. And so your field of vision was, yep.
We should find them before anything happens. Yes.
Oh, I don't think we're going to have to worry about it too much. But, well, yeah, I guess so. I'll go. Will you go tell everybody else that I lost her? And I'll go. What? I don't know
should
what I want to.
both search for them, and if we come across the other two, then we can tell them.
Okay.
What places have you not gone on the ship yet?
Well, okay, here's my chief concern is that that hamster is currently being turned into a jacket of some kind. Beyond that, we should be good. I'm gonna go down and check. There's only one cool place on this whole boat, and we're standing on it. But the second cool place in the boat is the galley, and Olga's there, so I'll go check there. And if you see anybody else, you tell them that we lost her, both of us. He runs off.
Okay, so do both of y'all, or you're heading up on deck to go downstairs, and E, where are you headed?
I'm gonna do a very methodical search. So, trace around first the main deck, look at these places, and then next level down again.
Okay, so while they're doing that, Hilda and Dakul, y'all were left a while back, and what are you doing? Because in this time, you still hear like the moans of sailors, like in pain, like coming from pretty much the back of the ship.
I'm definitely gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look. Hilda, I know we have a new friend upon the ship, but I think I might have a couple of concerns. One, with the fact that we have injured sailors among us. Two, how much can this creature actually control of our ship? And three, it appears to have a bit of a temper and changed. I think all three of those are room for concern.
I absolutely agree with you, Nicole. That's why I tried to give it a talking to about acceleration and deceleration, and we'll hope that sticks. If it's capable of learning, it might be capable of some form of effort in terms of choosing the good over the evil.
I hear what you are saying, but if it decides to want to take over, what is it that we can do to stop it?
Well, Nicole, I think about that a lot. Because as a captain, you have to think about what happens if there's mutiny. Normally, you don't have to think about what's going to happen if your ship mutinies. But
Exactly.
I think it's a risk we have to take, and you catch more flies with honey. We might be scared shitless, and we might resent its power.
I don't know about it being scared shitless, but I have felt a slight tremble in the bottom of my britches, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yes, Dakul, I am also scared shitless.
I don't necessarily trust it.
No!
We've only known it for a small amount of time.
Well, Dakul, we have absolutely no reason to trust it. It was put here. It may be in pain. We don't know it. It might be some sort of a baby.
A baby.
There's nothing to trust in a baby.
Would you trust a baby with a weapon in his hand? Keep in mind, this ship has weapons and souls, and the wisdom of a child is not one that I want to put all of us in the hands of. This is not a good thing.
Well, it could be. The thing with children, they're always this close to dying. Always this close to doing something that will end their lives and make them dead. Always. Forever. It's our job to try to teach it to do that less. And it's our job to try to keep it from doing that when we know it's going to happen. I don't think any one of us could kill all of us. It's true.
You realize you have just put the You have put the well-being and the entire ship into the hands of a child.
Well, it's not that different than when Ellery drives the ship, really.
Yes, we can always knock Ellery out.
Yeah. Well, that is true. We'll have to figure out some way to knock her out if she needs it. I mean, if she is a baby, she has to sleep a lot.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll have to figure it out. This is something cool. You weren't with me when I first met E. There's a certain amount of questioning you have to figure out with these things. Is this thing going to kill me? Is it going to be my friend?
Right.
Is it going to steal my ship and murder everyone I've ever loved? These are questions.
Exactly.
Yes. As far as I can tell, we can hope that it won't. But be prepared if it does.
Be prepared. Okay.
I think so. And Ellie, if you're listening, this is no offense to you. That's just the way life is. And it's a good life lesson. Hope everyone's nice. Be prepared if they're not.
You are talking out loud as if Ellie is listening. Is Ellie listening?
I don't fucking know, Nicole, is she?
Oh, we are all fucked.
Pretty much.
Are you the only one that sees the problem in all of this? Ellie is running around, skipping around as if he is a brand new puppy.
Nicole, this is the point. We have always been fucked. Always, since before you were born.
But not in the middle of space.
Well, somebody was.
Okay. Everybody else here can trust the weird childlike plot, but I do not.
I don't either, Nicole. Okay. I trust you because you don't trust her. You're smart. And you're practical.
Okay. Well, let us keep this conversation between the both of us for now.
Okay.
We do not know if she or it is listening.
That's true. We need to make sure someone was with Hellion at all times and that they are armed.
Wait, you think Hellion is in trouble? Oh, shit. Maybe he is in trouble.
Never know.
Fuck.
If she's a baby, Hellion's just a baby too. Sometimes they bite each other. It happens.
I hate to see what happens when a ship bites.
It's true. It's true. But, you know, you just give them a little... Be okay.
All right. I believe we are getting closer to the other turtle. The turtle. What shall we do in the meantime?
You still hear the moans of sailors coming from all throughout the ship.
I'm going to heal people. You should go have eyes on Ellie. Report back to me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to leave Ledbetter in the break for a day or two to think about what he's done.
There's a break.
Oh, man.
Had some renovations while you were on Rantame.
Yes.
Okay, so Captain Hildegard begins moving about, administering first aid and healing whenever it's needed. It's mostly broken bones, things of that sort. People being tossed unexpectedly. Of course, you know it would be much worse if they had suddenly stopped as opposed to suddenly accelerated. But Dakul, you make it up just in time to see Ellery like hop up on deck and like look around really quick. And both of you like give me a perception check as you kind of meet eyes. And E, you're stomping up, I assume, behind them. You can go ahead and do that too.
It's 12 for me.
That's a 9.
Dakul?
I am so sorry. 17.
It's all right. It just means you're a streamer. Yeah, so Ellery like hops up and he's like, oh shit, and he's like looking around, scanning on the ship. And Dakul, you kind of like just glance over, and out on the bow, on the very tip of the ram itself, you see a green kind of speck thing tipped in red, like at the very, very end. Like normally where you go out to meditate, like you see something out there. And you also notice, looking at the front of the ship, like the turtle Aspidoshan is getting remarkably close. Like you're speeding towards it pretty rapidly.
Ellery, is it in my meditation spot? You know, nobody goes out to my meditation spot but me.
First off, their name is Ellie, and he immediately flips, while he's trying to buy himself some time, flips the copper wire up into his mouth from his necklace, and he points over at Ellie and goes, Ellie, come here for a second. And casts,
And like you hear, oh, Ellery, where are you? And Dakul, you see the figure at the very tip of the ram, like looking around every direction, like very excitedly. And Ellery, you hear, where are you? I hear you. Where are you? Are you speaking?
I'm back.
Are you?
I'm back in the back. I'm pretty cool, huh?
And finally, they like turn around and look back. You wave, and they like run down the ram onto the ship and are up and kind of like almost like a cat, like wrapped around your neck, all in the span of 5-6 seconds. Like they moved remarkably fast over a fairly long distance in not a lot of time. No sound whatsoever. They just kind of like almost glided to you. And did you see? Look. And they're pointing in the distance to what looks, as you can see as it's coming into focus, a very large turtle, and where its shell should be, it is missing, and instead on its back is a massive ocean, and you see these spires sticking up out of the water, and you can start to make out the faintest movement of sails and ships on the ocean itself, moving to and fro, as this beast lazily moves kind of generally away from the direction you're coming up, kind of at its 6, as you're supposed to with these animals. And Ellie is just like,
Look, it is the turtle. You said, right? The turtle?
I'm muted. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna need to come in from right, like from the rear end of it. We got to come in and we got to gently slow down, like the captain said, where we count to 10, like 1, 2, 3, slower. And that's how we do it when we go. And then when we get faster, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we get faster.
Okay.
We just like that. Just do it, and then we're stopped, and then we take our time to 10 and get faster or slower. Okay. And then we need to gently land in the water. Water? He looks around. Water. We're gonna land in the water. We're gonna land in the water. Just got it?
Yes.
Wait a minute. I got a question.
9.
And as she's like kind of counting down, as you told her, like you can see like the relative speed start to slow down until they get to 1, and you're still approaching the turtle, but you have slowed down to what you feel like is your normal kind of cruising speed.
Okay. Hey, Ellie, you know how you could see like the light and all that stuff that was blooming back a bit?
Yes, Ellery?
Do me a favor. he's going to describe our zoologist friend. On all of that land down there, can you see him anywhere?
And
Can you walk to the edge, please?
Yep.
you walk over there, and their eyes kind of like flicker, and you see the reflection of starlight if you're looking at their face. And they're kind of like moving their head a little bit and looking.
He is there.
And she like points. Just
He is there.
Oh,
he
Yep.
is bigger. Yes,
yep.
he is there. He is red
What's
faced.
he? That's him. That's son of a bitch. We got
He
it.
is not
Is-
like the others.
Is he talking with a guy and he describes the fucking ear Haskell Harkin?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. He is talking to a man with ship. They are arguing.
What are they saying? Can you hear him?
No, it's just his face is getting redder.
Is he gonna fall over?
Mm-mm.
Is he still
Their
moving?
mouth is really open, like this.
That's fighting. I see that from the captain quite a bit.
Mm.
We need to go there. Can we do it real quiet like? Oh, Ellie, can you make the ship hide like you do?
I can. Oh, yeah, yes. I need to go. I have to go. Can I go now?
Where are you going?
To inside my home.
Are you gonna come back?
I mean, after. But you want me to make it?
Yeah.
Dark.
Can I meet you at the place where you peek through the rose petals when it's done? All right. I'll find. Okay. That's where I'll find you.
and they like scamper down and just kind of like you hear like these tiny little taps of feet as they scurry down. And not even 10 seconds later, you feel it. You feel that same feeling again as there's kind of a shudder in the ship, and starting at the bow of the ship where the sails first meet, like an inky blackness starts leaching into the sails and turning them dark, and it actually starts leaching into the wood itself this time, and the whole ship begins to start growing darker until finally the entire ship is, while not invisible, against the backdrop of space, for all intent and purposes, might as well be invisible.
Watching all of this, Elry is fascinated, and though he doesn't feel fear, he thinks to himself, I'm making an awful lot of decisions recently. And I'm not consulting anyone before I do them. And he turns around to his nearby friends. E404, you're going to have to make the rules. Dakul, we're going to have to... I've been talking a whole lot, and this is going to end badly. I feel I've been impressionable on Ellie. It needs to be a... We saw how Hamilton turned out. We need to make sure that all of us have an equal... It takes a village, everybody. So, we gotta do something. So,
I'm sorry. Everyone watching. Immediately, Emma and Trey immediately just jumped onto the whole Hamilton thing.
I mean, Hamilton, God rest his soul. What?
He was perfect.
He was awful. The ship still bears his toothy marks.
In remembrance.
Okay. Hey, we're all cool with me making decisions. That's fine, but this is the most I've ever talked in any episode. So it never usually works out this way. We'll see how it goes.
Ellie has asked me to construct or generate these rules, but if you have any particular rules that Ellie should follow to make sure everything is fine, I would like to hear that. Shit, you were muted.
Are you asking me? Or are you?
Yeah.
I already took.
Whoever's down here.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Hilda
about
there? I don't remember if Hilda's there. I don't think she's there.
No, I think it's just Dakul, Elry, and E404.
Okay, yeah, so I'm asking the cool, basically. Whether he had anything that he would like in the rules that he has been assigned to make.
I know. Do not kill anybody without permission from a unanimous decision of the four of us. If that makes sense.
Entry has been recorded.
And to always ask permission before you make a move.
Entry has been recorded.
Well, see, I promised I wouldn't get involved in the rulemaking, but I have an addendum. What if we're incapacitated and it's up to Ellie to get us out of there? And she has to wait for one of us to say something, but we're all like unconscious.
Would you ask a 4-year-old child to come and save the day?
You're asking the wrong guy, Dakul.
That is all I am saying. We do not. Listen, Ellie, in all of your wisdom and wherever you may be.
What are you looking around for? She can't hear you.
Ellie is the ship, and the ship is around us. So I am talking to everyone. I do not say that I dislike Ellie. I just do not know anything about Ellie at all. And neither do you, Ellie. I understand that she is quite fun to hang around and crack jokes and show off like a new puppy. But we do not know anything about this. And whatever it is, it has our lives as a whole in its hands. We should make sure to make the proper precautions to ensure that this childlike creature does not make a rash decision.
We
Ellery
are
folds
friends,
his arm.
Dakul.
Yeah.
You kind of hear that echo in your minds, all of you.
I missed that. I missed that. Say that again.
We are friends, Dakul.
Yes, and I am a very friendly person. But in order to make a real friend, you have to earn their trust. You have not done that just yet.
I hope to earn your trust.
So do I. But in the meantime, I have no problem addressing you in a parental fashion. I do not want to be overbearing and mean, but I want to make sure that the lives of my friends here, who have earned my trust, are not endangered.
I would never hurt you or E or Captain Hilda or Sister Elrie. You are my friends.
Wait a minute. Who is Sister Elrie?
Elry's arms are crossed and he's staring at Dakul. He has a irritated expression on his face.
Sister! Oh, I had no idea you have exchanged your big boy underwear for panties.
Listen, first off, that happened 6 times. That's not, you wear panties 6 times and your sister Elry. Fine, I accept it. That's perfectly fine. The other thing is, Cool. You and I see eye to eye on just about everything.
On almost everything, my brother.
Almost everything. But we differ when it comes to peripheral things. Like you don't like the pedigree of Ellie, but we brought in 2 fucking sewer rats to live among us. Like that we fought their mother, but that was okay. Like we have disease-ridden rodents that we're living with, and this is the deal breaker. The sentient ship is the one that,
Ellie, I love you like a brother, but you need to choose your words wisely, for you are stepping into uncharted territory amongst our friendship.
Well, I don't want to do that.
This thing controls all of our lives. All Hellion does is eat lettuce. It does not have control of cannons and projectile weapons and move at speeds that we have never even experienced before. There is no same thing amongst these 2. I am not saying this to say that I dislike our new addition. I'm just saying that we need to trade carefully, for this is not a child's toy. This is a real living thing that has our lives in its hands. How dare you talk bad about him?
2 words: Gnomish Mafia. Beyond that, I agree. That's why I put E404 in charge. Can we agree, you and I, Dakul, that E404 is the perfect person to lay down logical rules for our new addition for Ellie?
His father is
They're impartial.
And impartial. For now, yes, I trust E404 with my life. So I trust E404 with its decisions.
There we go. See, problem solved. Well, yeah. So we're all good, right, Ellie?
Yes.
Yes,
Bingo.
we're all good. But Ellie, we are watching.
Yes. And I am watching you.
And that might be the problem.
Do you not want me to?
No, I do not want you to watch me. I will be fine without your eyes upon me. And that goes for Hellion as well.
Oh, okay, friend Daku. I won't watch you then.
Thank you. And in that moment, Dakul's kind of like in a bit of a huff. And he's kind of just gonna storm off. He's never stormed off, but he's gonna storm off today.
Did he just storm off? He's never stormed off before. That was Huffy. That was a stormed off Huff. All right. Damn it, I'm right about this. I never make decisions though, so it's confusing. All right.
And so, it is not long. You estimate that by a few more hours, and you will be to Aspidoshan, the giant turtle. A trip that should have taken you about 3 days has taken you about a day. And not even really that, because you traveled for about 6 or 8 hours before you started going faster. So, estimate what you will. But it is not long before the turtle itself is coming into view. Where would y'all like? You basically just told Ellie to land where that guy is. Okay. You see that
In the water closest to where that guy was, is what I said.
Yeah, you did. Yes. So it looks like you are heading towards the central cluster of spires. It looks like there are 7 distinct like sets of spires along the kind of the ridge, like the spine of this beast. And it looks like you are heading right towards the center, the largest cluster. And you can see quite a few more ships bunched around this area. But you are definitely heading towards that, and it looks like you will be landing here within just a few minutes. And as you do, as you're getting closer, you can kind of see like a lot of these ships that are sailing about. They're much smaller vessels. Looks like these are mostly like fishing boats. There are a few larger ones that you can kind of see long oars on some of them to help with propulsion. You don't see any of these ships taking off like like a spell jamming vessel. As you're coming in, you can kind of see another like a normal run of the mill like kind of a cog like taking off. It's got pretty plain like blue and white sails. You think in the distance you like it that's probably an FTL ship. It looks like the colors of the FTL, the blue and white. But it's taking off from, it looks like the 3rd spire, and it's heading back. Looks like it's heading back towards Rontame as you're making your final approach. But like I said, most of these ships down here, they look smaller, kind of flat bottom with like pontoons out to the side, made for more kind of quick, maneuverable, like I said, fishing vessels. But you are pulling up to the spire here. There are rough docks, kind of like, they're not made out of like wood like you would assume. It looks remarkably like the same material you saw back on Rontame. And as you see, it's not like off the water. It's almost like sitting on top of the water, floating. The ships that are moored there, you can see waves go by, and the ships raise and the dock raises as well, and kind of flows with the ebb and flow of the ocean here. As you begin to pull up, and you can see a kind of a bustling scene a little bit, where you're docking here. There's a few other ships, one other kind of normal, quote unquote, what you're used to seeing, like maybe like a large caravel, sails down. It's moored here. It's got barnacles growing on the side. Looks like it's probably been in dock for a little while, maybe. There are a few other like fishing vessels that look like they are of this area itself. And you dock at the 4th spire here, and you see a number of what look like kind of indigenous peoples here. Their skin runs from the fairest to the darkest of skin. They all look human, maybe like taller, slightly thinner than you would say than the average on like Neros 4 for humans. But they are all clad in what looks like slick leathers, maybe like some form of you have been around sailors a lot. You've seen like kind of the peoples of kind of the north that use the skins of animals like that for their clothing, and this looks, it's very utilitarian. There's not a lot of like extra like garish, like decoration or anything. But most of these guys and gals here on this dock, they all have what looks like a set of eyes tattooed above their normal, just like blacked out orbs tattooed. You see some others with tattoos of like a white fin on their cheek. You see another with like looks like a tattoo of a red tooth sticking up. But they're all like conversing. You can tell that these different markings are all like all the red tusk tattoos. They're all on one ship. Most of the people on the docks have the eyes tattooed on their forehead. They're working the docks. They're unloading ships, things of that nature. And the Dawn Rose pulls up and alongside the docks here, and one of these looks like a woman, clad in like heavy skins, yells out, "Oh, toss me a line! Toss me a line!" And the crew does, and they tie off, and they extend down the ladder because the motion of the dock itself, they don't want to lower the gangplank, so they kind of toss the rope ladder over the edge, and y'all have moored alongside the docks here on the fourth spire.
Can we tell where our friend was from coming down for landing, like in relation to where Ellie pointed him out?
I mean, when she pointed it out, y'all could barely make out the turtle itself. Do you ask Ellie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Ellie. I can talk to you? Yeah. I don't want to make you mad, like I made Daku mad.
I'm gonna talk to the cool. I think I made the cool mad.
Okay. I don't want to hurt
E4. Hey, no, don't worry about it. No, you're learning. E404 is gonna give you some like rules to follow that aren't rules that are bad rules. They're rules to help you learn. And you're just showing up here, and I had rules. I learned them, and I learned which ones to follow and which ones to forget, and you're doing the same thing. And I only have like one now, but that's okay. You're gonna have like 10. So
okay.
And then we'll work like remember our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7. We'll have 10 rules, and then we'll do a bunch of 10 stuff.
And we'll go slow.
Hey, yeah, where was that guy? You remember that guy with the red face screaming?
Yeah. He was talking to he was talking to, you see that ship, the other ship there, and next to you on the other side of the dock.
And there's just that other caravel that's sitting over there that's moored.
He was on that one?
He was
like right there?
He was talking to a man in front of it, next to it.
Okay. Is the man still there? He's talking to?
I don't know. It is different now. There's too much around. I can't.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Hey, you got us super duper close. All right. I'm gonna talk to the cool. E404 is gonna make up your stuff. Captain, I think the captain, that's a tough nut to crack. Nope, don't bring up food. Okay, we're gonna worry about the captain. Don't worry about the captain. I'll worry about the captain. Okay, we're gonna leave. We gotta go look for stuff, but what I want you to do is you hide and you wait for us.
Okay, I won't leave. I'll stay in here.
Yeah, but in the leaves so I can find you when I come back.
Yes.
Do you promise?
Yes. Be safe, Ellie.
I will. You be safe too.
Yes.
Number one rule, and E's 404 is going to change these, but number one rule, don't leave the boat. And number two rule, don't hurt anybody or hamsters.
Okay. Don't hurt friend or friend hamster. Yes.
Right. Yes. Okay. Okay, Ellie, and he, is she out of the wall, like standing there?
No, you have been hearing all this in your head.
Okay. He goes over to the nearest door frame and opens it up to the point where he can hug the door frame, and he just hugs the door frame and whispers into the jam, I'll be back in a little bit. You be careful. Can you feel this? Anyway, I'm hugging the door, but that's supposed to be you.
You think you feel the very slightest tinge of cold kind of wrap around your back, but you're not really sure if you felt that.
Okay. All right. So you be safe. Just watch everything.
Okay, Ellie.
He's gonna go find the cool too.
Okay. So you go and you find it might take a minute to find a cool wherever he huffed off to, but you will probably find him after a few moments. It's not that big of a ship after all.
Yes, Daku will probably be someplace visible where he can sketch in his pad. That is the way he resolves his stress. And the thing he is absolutely sketching is Ellie.
Okay.
And it's not the most favorable of sketches. It's more on the darker side. It's not the cute little pixie that everybody's in love with.
Oh, okay. So Dakul is there sketching as Elry. You finally stumble upon him wherever he was hiding. Probably on the bottom of the. Well, no, he just landed. He can't be on the bottom of the ship. Never mind.
That would sting a little bit.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, Elry, yes. What is it, my brother?
You walked off and you stormed off in a huff. And we've never stormed off at a huff at one another.
You're
And
right.
I've come to apologize for causing a storm and the huffing.
I apologize as well. We have lived a life of just everything out of control. And to add one more element of things that we cannot control was frustrating. And I do apologize if I took it out upon you. But I still do not trust whatever that is.
No, I mean, it'll take her a while, right? And I mean, we have to, we'll do it like we always do. We play it by ear. We're fast and loose, Dakul and Elry, you know?
Yes.
And we're parents now. I mean, I'm Sister Elry and you're Dad Dakul.
He's this toss bottle. It has a nice ring to it.
You're gonna milk this one, aren't you? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna bear. He pulls his shirt open, bearing his tiny halfling chest with like the 4 or 5 curled hairs on it and all the necklaces. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it right in this region. I allow you to give it to me, but I will take it. I just don't want any more storming or huffing.
No, there will be no more huffing. I just want to make sure in all of this uncertainty, me and you are still like rocks, stable. I know that this is all strange. You thought Celestra was your new friend, and I am not sure if that is a lingering attachment that may be clouding your thoughts. However, I am here for you for whatever. I will bleed for you, and you know that. I will pull my blade for you anytime you call. And that also means protecting you from yourself. I just want you to make the right decision.
Well, there is a first time for anything, but we're not rocks, Dakul. We never were. We've never made stable decisions ever, and it's kept us alive. We're crazy and we're nuts. It's gonna catch up to us at some point, but it ain't gonna be today. And it ain't gonna be some kid that's a boat, because I think that kid can be just as crazy as we are in a good way. We got to make sure she turns out like us, and like the captain, and sort of like E404, because E404 told a joke.
A joke?
Yeah,
No.
she burned my ass just like you did with the whole Mrs. Toss bottle thing. I don't care. Bring it. But
You will
Yeah.
remain Mrs. Toss about it until my temper settles. It won't be long.
I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, let's do this. Let's get out here. Let's chase down this zoologist. She saw him from like space. So let's go down and chase this guy down. We'll run him down like a dog. And like I'll pull my rapier out and like shove it in his thigh. And then like you do your like freaky crazy shit. And like we'll blow smoke in his face. And let's work it out a little bit. Let's storm and huff on somebody else. Let's get E404 to like burn stuff up. And I mean, the captain can't punch Olga or food, so I'm pretty sure she could punch like this guy. Let's go punch stuff.
Okay. All right, now you are sounding like the Ellie I know. Yes. Ramming my
That is-
greed into his belly will make me feel so much better.
And just remember, it's Miss Tossbottle. Ellery.
Yes, Mrs. Tossbottle. Let us go be heroes now.
So you reach the deck. I assume Hilda and E are waiting on Ellery and Dakul as per usual. And as y'all make your way to the deck, you begin climbing down the ladder and hop down. The woman who had come out to help tie off, she's standing there. So, how long you gonna dock here, huh? We need to know.
Probably as little as possible.
Okay. Well, we make trade for that, okay?
What?
We make trade for that. For you to stay, yeah, okay?
What do you want?
Oh,
What do you trade?
We can talk. Let's go.
I need my my accountant, my ship's accountant here for this. Ellery Tossbottle Esquire, please.
I'm talking so much this episode. Oh, what?
We are making a trade to stay here. It's a trade. It's not we pay money. It's we trade.
What did they trade? He points to the ship directly across from them.
And she like goes into like a pouch and like pulls out a string of like jewelry and like looks like there's a ring. It looks like they don't, there's also like a knife, like a really well crafted knife. Whatever you got to trade. We don't do the money here.
Do you
Has
guys
no
take
value.
hamster? Kidding about the hamster. No.
Good
No.
eats. Good eats, no.
No, terrible eats.
Okay.
We do have jewels because we got some of those. Whenever we raided that, I don't know where it was, someplace. I have written down jewels. Like how much does it look like in jewels? Like, can I get like an appraisal check? Is this Call of Cthulhu? Where am I? I feel like I've talked until it's Wednesday, but
What you got? Yeah.
We got
Let's see.
jewels. Oh, he produces the jewels that.
Oh. And she like points at one of the smaller, like the smaller agates. Oh, they're good for 2 days, yeah.
They gave you all that. How long are they staying?
Oh no, this is all the ships that come through.
Oh, I pointed there. We gotta. He flips it to her. Him, whoever it is, they. Take it. Okay.
Oh, thank you now.
Yep.
You got business here?
Oh, yeah. We're gonna make trade.
Okay. There's plenty of trade.
Questions for.
There's plenty of trade around.
Yep. We're gonna trade questions for screams. We'll see ya.
Okay. Nice ship, by the way. And she like turns around and kind of walks off. And as you follow her down the docks and you look up the steps that come down from the spire itself, at the top of the steps, you see a rather fat red face make eye contact with you, Ellery. And the eyes go wide, and the eyes dart to Dakul and go even wider. And Magus Krill lets out a little, shit! And he turns around and starts running away.
Oh,
That's
please.
where we're going to leave tonight. And we'll have to wait till next week to see what happens with the party in Magus Krill. This is going to be an interesting one, I'll tell you that. So anyway, it is the end of another episode. I have been waiting for this episode probably since we started this session or started this game. The reveal of the Dawn Rose. And so I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope the players enjoyed it because you're now 7th level. And on top of that, well, hey, that's if that's not a milestone, I don't know what is. Awakening a ship and releasing its with held within entity. I think that merits a little bit of a level up. So anyway, let's go around to cast and crew, see how everybody enjoyed tonight. Starting with WebDM's fabulous communications director, Emma Lambert. Emma Lambert, how you doing tonight?
I am great, Pruitt. That was a hell of an episode. We got inter-party disagreements and crazy awakenings, and Pruitt's a little baby, and he does a real good job being a little baby.
Thank you.
That was so much fun. It's toying with my emotions. I want to let everybody know that Hilda's parenting decisions do not reflect Emma's parenting decisions. I wanted to put that out there. I hope it's obvious, but I don't know. Hope it's obvious. Yeah, Hilda's a terrible parent. I'm having a really great time playing this person who should be so nice and increasingly is not. It's fun. I love this game. I am the communications director for WebDM. If you ever have WebDM business or you want to chat or anything, reach out to us on Twitter, on Facebook. We have an email address, media@webdmshow2. If you ever just want to chat, I will get it first. I will pass it along to the fine gentlemen, Jonathan Pruitt and Jim Davis. Or I'll just talk to you if you want to talk to me for some reason. My Twitter is SusieKing85. I talk there sometimes about things, and it's occasionally entertaining. I am in one other game, only one, and it is run by Grimjack Greg himself. Conan, I'm not on it this week. Jim Davis is. Ages of Conan. It's super fun. It's super classic, super epic. It's great. Check it out. That's it for me. Yay.
Awesome. And you're quite entertaining, so please do not sell yourself short. I will not allow it. So moving on over, Trey, how are you doing with these goings on that have been going on tonight?
Yo, I mean, every single time, man, you up the ante a little bit now, and now we got like inter-party beef, maybe a little bit. I keep having like this thing going on in my head where the ship is going to be talking to Elrie like, "What are you doing, Hal?" So I'm trying to like prep myself because that's my boy, man. Are you kidding me? Elrie, that's my dude. I'm 100. I'll bleed for this guy. But I don't want his decisions to get us all fucked up.
I can't let you do that, DeCool.
So once again, man, it's just great, man. It's so much fun to be a part of the world, man. It's so much fun. So you get 2 amazing thumbs up, buddy. That's just great. My name is Trey Murphy. I play the cool and half elf Kinsey Monk, and thank you to all the fans for just being a part of everything. And I'm just happy and just grateful to be a part of it, man. Thank you.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure and a blessing every week. Moving on over to Kiana, your face has been priceless all night. How are your feels doing today?
They're doing good. I love this precious Fey child. If anything happens to them, I will be very upset.
Sorry.
God damn it, Pruitt. You knew what you were doing. No, I love this game. I face react to everything because I can't help myself because I love this game so damn much. Man, I can't wait for next week as we hunt down a traitor, figure out more things. I have to figure out 10 rules to give to a literal child. So I'll figure that out. I'll draw on my babysitting background and figure something out.
Awesome.
But in the meantime, you guys can find me over on Twitter @KianaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing because I am all over the internet playing role-playing games in all sorts of channels. But what will I plug today? I'm going to plug One Shot Wonders, which is my D&D 5e series. I DM a new group almost every single week, doing a new setting every month. August is Dark Sun. It's been super goddamn fun. I am kind of learning it as we go. I'm homebrewing it because there are no D&D 5e Dark Sun stuff yet. Wizard. And I think we're one of the only shows doing it. So, if you're interested in seeing how I interpret the world, definitely check us out over tomorrow. It's 3:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Spartacus. Other than that, I'll see you guys next week for more space fae bullshit shenanigans and the weirdest little family you will ever fucking find.
Yes, the family did grow by one tonight, and it's only gotten stranger. You do have cannibal halflings in your Dark Sun, yes? Okay, good. That's all. That's all I needed to know.
They may be showing up tomorrow. We'll see.
Showing up for dinner.
Yeah.
Never invite halflings to dinner in Dark Sun. Ever. Anyway, and last but not least, Greg, how are you doing tonight? The spotlight was a little bit on you, but that's okay. You got to talk to a giant manta ray last time, so.
Shit. Pop muted. Yeah, I hate to talk that much, and as soon as I woke that kid up, I was like, I'm gonna be talking this whole episode. There's no way around it because Elry's never gonna let this kid out of his sight, and then of course did, and then I had to chase it down. And Elry is very difficult he doesn't get things done. But I have Greg who is rambling now. Chat, you guys are fantastic. You are invested. You are passionate and priceless. And so here is what I would like to plug right now. I would like to plug the Twitter account of Kiana at Kiana S. And I would like everybody in chat to help Kiana come up with E404's parenting rules.
Oh,
so
no.
if you have a suggestion, please use the hashtag Ellie's Rules and send those on over to Kiana. And if you can come up with a couple of them, I'm sure that once they are filtered through E404's data files, that you will be able to really kind of start maybe picking one a week to add to the growing list of Ellie's Rules. So hashtag Ellie's Rules, and we'll see what everyone can come up with, because you all are far smarter than I, and it'll be interesting and be I think a cool way that chat could maybe direct Ellie a bit through E404's rules. So that's just my suggestion.
I'm making a tweet right now that people can reply to instead of just shouting into the void.
Rule number 2.
Right.
It's such a good idea. Yes.
It's anyway, GrimJack21502's on the Twitters and the Twitches. Where can you find me there? What am I going to plug? Let me see. What am I going to plug this week? Let's do Project Kronos, which is coming back this Saturday from 2 to 4. And Kiana is also in Project Kronos, which is my Pulp Cthulhu exploration into Tarantino-esque time fuckery, and I'm having a blast with it. Fantastic cast. The other thing I'm going to plug real quick is Dice Tribe, a show I'm not on, a podcast for Encounter Roleplay. Fantastic crew. I worked with them at Gen Con. I will be on an upcoming episode with Laugh Love Lindy, but please check them out and catch up as I am. Great podcast. But until next week, keep sailing, and we'll see if we can't run down a fat man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This has been a great episode. A lot of fun. Thanks to everybody out there in chat land. We love you so much. Just want to plug our sponsor one more time, Tabletop Loot. Head on over there. WebDM15 is the code. It gets you 15% off dice, mugs, t-shirts, the whole lot. Also, please check out our Patreon. We're getting close to 1,000 patrons, and when we do, you finally get WebDM shirts. So, that's worth it, I think. I want a WebDM shirt. So anyway, that's fun. Special thanks to Alexa Bonner and Brandon Herbert, our artist and producer. Behind the scenes, making all the art, awesome. Making this. I've been sitting on this Ellie photo for a couple of weeks now. I'm glad to finally get that out there. So anyway, check them out. Also, We'll have another WebDM video tomorrow and Land Between Two Rivers on Thursday. And then this Sunday is the triumphant return of RPGN. So make sure to get your clips in, whatever they may be. And we'll see you next week, next Tuesday at the same time on the same channel. And until then, may the dice ever roll in your favor.